We all know how awesome it would be to drive a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, right? I mean, who wouldn't want that? But let's face it, those cars are crazy expensive. But guess what? I've got some good news for you. If you're looking for cars that can give you the same thrill without breaking the bank, then check out this video. Because today, we have compiled a list of top 13 affordable cars you can buy right away. Number 1. Dodge Viper. The first car on this list is a Viper. Is it as fast as a supercar? Hell yes. Is it as loud as a supercar? It's even louder. This Viper is definitely going to stand out in a crowd. It's basically one of the coolest cars ever built. It's old, but it's still screaming for attention, like it's on some kind of white powder at a beachside bar. The Dodge Viper is like an insane kid car made by a real car company, and is designed for two things: burning rubber and getting noticed. Okay, maybe it's also pretty good at crashing into things too. But if you want to own America's true supercar, you'll have to spend around $40,000, which is actually less than the average cost of a new car. Just make sure you get some pretty good insurance to go along with it. Number 2. Corvette C5 Z06. Alright, I know $40,000 is a lot of money, and some of you may not be able to justify spending that much on a car. That's why I've got another option for you, the C5 Z06. This car is always the answer, and I'm not talking about a Miata here. The Z06 is fast, like really fast. It's got a triangular shape, and everyone knows that triangular cars are always fast. Plus, unlike some of the other cars on this list, it's actually reliable. The C5 Z06 is definitely going to get you some attention, although it might just be from the guys. But hey, attention is attention, right? And the best part is you can get all of this for around $18,000. You won't find a better deal for a car that's this fast and this attention grabbing. Number 3. BMW M3 E36. If you want to feel the power of a BMW M car without breaking the bank, your best bet is the E36 M3. It was made from 1992 to 1999. It has a newly designed 6-cylinder engine that gives it some serious horsepower. Early models had a 3-liter engine with 291 horsepower, while later models got a larger 3.2-liter with 321 horsepower. Unfortunately, if you're in America, you're not going to get as much power due to emission regulations. But hey, it still has 240 horsepower, which is not too shabby. The E36 can go from 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds, and if you find a good one, it can make a great daily driver. You can find accident-free examples starting from just over $11,000. Plus, they're a good investment because they don't lose value over time. Just make sure you get it checked out for maintenance and rust issues since it's an older car. Number 4. Mazda Miata. If you're looking for a list of affordable sports cars, you can't leave out the legendary Miata or the MX-5. Sure, you could go for the RX-8, but those can be a hassle with flooded engines. The Miata is perfect with its small engine, rear-wheel drive, and great handling. Plus, they're everywhere and cheap because Mazda has sold over 1 million of them since 1989. You can drive it like a sports car without getting into trouble with the law. If you're into modifying cars, you can buy a base Miata for around $3,000 and spend another $2,000 on mods to make it even more fun to drive than more expensive cars. Number 5. Honda S2000. The Honda S2000, which was introduced in 1999 and stopped being produced in 2009, is an amazing roadster with a mid-level power. It's the perfect car for those who love driving, with its lightweight construction, well-balanced weight distribution, powerful and high-revving engine, and precise handling. The car comes with a 2 or 2.2-liter 4-cylinder engine that boasts 240 horsepower, which is what makes it stand out. The engine has a 9,000 RPM redline, 4 valves per cylinder, and Honda's famous VTEC system that gives it the extra power and high RPMs, and an awesome screaming sound. During its 10-year production run, Honda sold over 110,000 S2000s. You can now get one for as low as 5,000 pounds, and for a little more, you can get a newer model. However, if you're tall like Jeremy Clarkson, over 6 feet, you should test drive one before driving it, as the car is quite small. Number 6. Honda RSX Type S. Another Honda on this list is the Honda RSX Type S, which is a super cool car. It's not just one of the best front-wheel drive cars, but it also has a powerful engine called the K20A2 with VTEC. This engine can rev really high and delivers a smooth 210 horsepower to the front wheels. The car comes with a 6-speed manual transmission, which means you have more control and can have more fun. It can go from 0 to 60 in just over 6 seconds. But what really makes this car special is how it handles and how easy it is to modify. And the best part? You can get one of these awesome cars for less than $9K. It's a great deal for a car with one of the best Honda engines ever made. Number 7. Porsche Boxster. The Porsche Boxster was a return to the classic flat-6 engine after the front engine 944 with an inline 4-cylinder was introduced in 1997. Today, the Boxster is considered a classic and can be found for cheap on the used car market. Its power comes from a 2.5 to 3 liter flat-6 engine mounted just behind the seats, which ensures great road holding and weight distribution. When it was first launched, car magazines praised the Boxster for its handling and precise steering. With a power output ranging from 204 to 260 horsepower and 0 to 60 times in less than 7 seconds, the Boxster is pretty capable. Plus, it has 2 trunks, making it practical for everyday use. Why spend a fortune on a 911 when you can get a first-generation Boxster for less than $10,000? Number 8. Ford Mustang GT. The Ford Mustang GT may not be a pure sports car, but who would have thought that you could actually get an American muscle car with a V8 engine for less than $10K? We're talking about the 5th generation Ford Mustang built from 2005 to 2004, specifically the GT trim level with a mighty V8 engine. This retro futuristic muscle car has been a hit with customers all around the world, especially those who are into the GT V8 model. If you're into old school looks with a modern touch, then the Mustang is definitely worth considering. Number 9. Nissan 350Z. The Nissan 350Z was a popular sports car that was introduced in 2002 and was in production until 2009. It was available as a coupe or a convertible and featured a 3.5-liter V6 engine with 290 to 306 horsepower. The car had a 6-speed manual transmission and a rear-wheel drive. Nissan paid a lot of attention to weight distribution, chassis reinforcements, and suspension tuning, resulting in sharp handling and respectable performance. The acceleration times were in the 5-second range. Customers praised its driving dynamics, braking, and cornering. Due to its affordable price and great driving characteristics, the 350Z soon became a bestseller in its class. Today, second-hand examples of the 350Z are cheap and plentiful, with decent examples starting from as little as $6,000. Number 10. SL55 AMG. If you're looking for a fast, luxurious, and impressive car that won't break the bank, then you need to check out the SL55 AMG. There are a few reasons why you might want to own an old back Mercedes. Maybe you're old and rich, but that's probably not the case for most of us. Maybe you're a trust fund kid, but again, probably not the case. The most likely reason is that you're broke and want to feel like a boss. Let me tell you, driving an SL55 AMG will definitely make you feel like a boss. This car has power, style, and that AMG badge means it's a total badass. It's got a supercharger, 500 horsepower, a leather interior, and can go over 200 miles per hour if you remove the speed limiter. This car is the closest thing you can get to a supercar for under $20,000. So if you want to feel like a baller on a budget, the SL55 AMG is the way to go. Number 11. Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Car enthusiasts who are into mainstream sports cars tend to overlook the 3000 GT, also known as the Dodge Stealth in the US. This car screams early 90s design with its pop-up headlights, rear panorama glass, and big spoiler. However, there's more to this car than just nostalgia. It's equipped with a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 engine that can produce 300 horsepower and an intelligent all-wheel drive system, making it a highly capable coupe that can handle any road conditions. Despite its heavy weight of almost 1.8 tons, the 3000 GT still has great acceleration, taking just over 5 seconds to hit 60. You can find decent examples of this car for around $7,000, which is a total steal. Number 12. Lexus SC300. This is often seen as a cheaper version of the Mark IV Supra. From far away, the SC300 looks like a fancier version of the Supra. It has a 2JZ GT engine, which is similar to the Supra's engine, but without the turbochargers. However, the basic block and internals are the same, making it just as strong. It has the same platform, manual option, and most suspension components as the Supra. So with some modifications, you can make an SC300 look and perform like a Supra. If you prefer a V8 engine, the SC400 is also available. Although their prices are going up, you can still find them for under $10K if you look hard enough. Number 13. Chevrolet Camaro. Everybody knows that the Camaro was one of the coolest cars back in the early 2000s, especially because it appeared as Bumblebee in Transformers. But it's not just famous for its looks, it's also super fast and super fun to drive, and also it'll grab a lot of attention even though it's an older car. Despite it weighing almost 1,800 kilos, it can still go 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds with its 304 horsepower 6-cylinder engine. Plus, its handling is so good that it can easily beat many modern sports cars. Decent examples start from around $11,000, but if you want to get a little bit more performance, go for the V8 model that pouts out 420 horsepower and can be found for just $20K. There you go, folks. Those were our top 13 picks for this video. If you did enjoy the video, leave it a thumbs up. It would mean the world to us. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.